Hi, my name is Olivia Hammerman, and this will be my speech number 2. Being young is an amazing thing. Before all the drama, loads of work, and responsibilities, you're just a kid with hopes and dreams for the future, with not many cares in the world. When I was young, my biggest worry was what was on the lunch menu. I never really knew what it meant to face challenges in my life. However, that quickly changed when I was in the 3rd grade, when I was given some of the worst news in my life. My childhood friend Aiden had been diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia, and it had escalated quickly. Because I was so young, I didn't really understand what it all meant. All I knew was that he was sick and hadn't been to school in weeks. I remember baking cookies, writing letters to him, and hoping that he would come back to school soon. Living in a small town, everyone was devastated that a child of our precious community was struggling, not only because cancer is a horrifying and deadly disease, but that the family was struggling with medical expenses and struggling with the pain of possibly losing their son. The last time I saw Aiden, he was in the hospital. He was in pain, but the smile he had never left his face. At that moment, I lost the childhood innocence we all have when we are young. And I grew up at that moment because I realized that life wasn't always going to be carefree, that there are times that are harder than I could possibly imagine, because sometimes life is harsh. I said goodbye to my friend that night, and days later, my parents got the call that he had passed away. Being so young, I didn't fully understand what they had meant when they told me I was never going to see my friend again. I went to school with a feeling of emptiness, slowly coming to terms with the fact that I was never going to see him again. After a month, the community created a fundraiser to raise money for Aiden's family and to celebrate his life. It was a day in March where adults and kids would shave their heads and raise money for cancer research and to help pay for the family's remaining medical bills. It quickly became a yearly thing. My dad and brothers would participate as well, shaving their heads each year and raising money to honor the life of my friend and to help kids like him. I will never forget the moment when I realized that I wanted to make a difference in any way that I could. I was sitting in my local pizzeria when my family was having dinner, getting ready to go to the fundraiser to shave their heads. I remember telling my parents, "Mom, Dad, I want to shave my head too." They quickly told me that it was a big decision, especially being a young girl, and to think carefully about such a choice and to maybe wait till the next year to decide. I quickly disagreed and said that I wanted to shave my head that night. We arrived at the fundraiser, and I could tell that my family doubted me, and they thought that I was going to back out. However, I will never forget walking up to the stage, telling the organizers that I was going to shave my head. I stepped onto the stage, sat down in the chair, while hundreds of members of the community were watching in awe. And eventually, many started yelling in pure excitement, while others started crying because it was a very emotional moment. They announced my name and told everyone that I would be the first ever girl to shave my head and to additionally make consistent donations. As the barbers grabbed the scissors, I remember being terrified, but also being purely happy because I wanted to honor my friend, even if he wasn't physically with me anymore. As I started to cut, the room was shaking from the cheers and shouts. I remember the way it felt so vividly, and it will never compare to anything that I had felt before or probably will feel again. I stepped off the stage with my newly shaved head. My parents' eyes were filled with tears, and they quickly hugged me, telling me how proud they were. Many people came up to me that night, telling me how amazing and brave I was, and I just remember feeling overwhelmed because I didn't truly understand the impact I made to everyone, because to me, I was honoring my friend and his family. This moment in my life shaped me into who I am today. I am a caring person who will do anything for others, especially those who I love. I raised over $15,000 for the foundation and to honor the life of Aiden. It was not going to change the fact that he was gone, but I knew in my heart that I would never forget the person he was, and I knew that I did and still do everything in my power to keep his memory alive within my heart. That day changed my life for the better and has helped mold me into the person that I am today and want to continue to be. I truly believe we all need to be there for others in our life and help them in any way that we can. It not only helps that person, but it also gives you one of the best feelings in the world and leaves a lasting effect on them and everyone around you. Helping others makes us all better people, and the sooner we all realize it, the sooner the world will become a better and warmer place.